Hello, today we are doing section 2. As you know, Thursday onward, the time allocated for section 2. Today I am taking up planning masonry. Getting point? As we have already finished several topics in section 1, as, as per syllabus, I have completed evaluation of Indian administration. Then I took up environmental setting of Indian administration. Then I discussed or completed Union Executive, in which I discussed Prime Minister and President. Then Union Administration or Central Administration, in which I discussed Central Administration, State Administration, Central Secretariat, Prime Minister Office, Cabinet Secretariat. Then we have also covered center-state relation when I was doing federalism. Then today we have already addressed one more topic, that is civil services in India, when I was doing personal administration. So today there is turn for, you can say, planning masonry at national level, state level and district level. You know, India was very much influenced by socio-economic planning right from independence. You know, during economic depression in 1929, when major capitalist countries were collapsing, at that time it was found that the socialistic country based on socio-economic planning registered very fast development. That's why India decided to adopt socio-economic planning even before independence. As a result, you know, M.N. Visvesvaraya has written one book, Planned Economy for India. In Congress and Indian National Congress, National Planning Committee was constituted under the chairman of Jawaharlal Nehru. Then in 1946, Planning Advisory Committee was constituted under the chairmanship of K.C. Niyogi, getting point, which recommended to establish Planning Commission after independence. You know, when India got independence, the first thing it did that establishment of planning commission in 1950. That was very important step towards socio-economic planning and development. You know, socio-economic planning and development is basically concurrent subject, means both center and states are empowered to establish institutions and pursue development plan. At central level, there was U Planning Commission, then there was also NDC, National Development Council. At a state level, there is, you can say, State Planning Department, and on the pattern of Planning Commission, at a state level also there is a State Planning Council, getting point, and at district level, the planning machinery has been changing in course of time. 73rd and 74th Amendment has given provision for District Planning Committee and Metropolitan Planning Committee, DPC, MPC. So now they are constitutional body, and now they are doing local planning at district and metropolitan level. So today our focus is on national level. Earlier there was Planning Commission, getting point, now it is being replaced by Niti Aayog. Planning Commission started in 1950, established in 1950, and it undertook very, you can say, effective performance. It has completed 12 five-year plan, and it has registered development in almost all sectors of economy. But you know, India is vast country having large number of population, diversity. So it was observed in course of time that for country like India, a similar plan is not feasible. So we require different plan, and here also we thought that top-down approach is also not suggested. Rather it can be better if bottom approach is there. In the meanwhile, due to, you can say, our socio-economic development, on the one hand, several or significant registered development were registered. On the other hand, there were some dark side also. Now due to politicalism and you can say inaction on the part of agency, several plan and program remain you can say not properly implemented. So that was situation like policy paralysis. When the NDA government came in power, it decided to replace Niti Aayog, Planning Commission by Niti Aayog. The ground it has given, the point it has suggested that in Planning Commission there is the states are not given representation, and that time there was closed economy. That time there was, you can say, centralized economy. So the states were not in very important position to take up responsibility. But now situation changed, and now states are also pursuing development pursuit. So they should be given participation in development work. That's why Planning Commission is no more warranted, and it should be replaced by Niti Aayog. So you can say on 13th, you can say 13th August 2014, government decided to abolish Planning Commission, and January 1st, 2015, it was replaced by Niti Aayog. Niti Aayog is basically having two, you can say, connotation. First, it is not Yojana Aayog, it is Niti Aayog. Niti Aayog means instead of focusing on planning or Yojana, it is focusing on Niti. Doesn't matter which one is more important, planning or Niti. If you go through the genesis, then you come to know that policy is a broad concept, and under its domain, several policy plannings are taken place. So, if you focus on policy properly, then other thing can also be effectively addressed. So, it should be better to focus on policy so that you cannot get problem like policy paralysis and improper implementation of planning or projects and scheme in course of time. So planning commission was replaced by Niti Aayog while giving such type of pretext or such type of argument. Get a point? And second thing, that one more name Niti Aayog carries with itself, that it is National Institute for Transforming India. So it is some sort of research institute. It is some sort of, you can say, think tank. It is some sort of a specialized agency for development. It is basically forum. So it plays number of roles. Getting a point? When it was replacing Planning Commission, that time there was too much hue and cry. Several critics were saying that just changing the name is not having any worth. It is not going to prove anything. But today, when we see the growing influence, the significance of Niti Aayog, then we can come to know that what was vision behind its establishment. So, I must tell you, the first reason for replacing Planning Commission was policy analysis. Government felt that despite 70 years of socio-economic planning, several schemes, several programs did not meet their target, and as a result, the problem continued. Maximum plans are formulated very effectively, but whensoever question of implementation comes, they get severe failure or say handicapness. That's why the Planning Commission was replaced by Niti Aayog. Get a point? But some other things were also working behind it, that since India is union of state, so for long period you cannot deny the claim, the rights, the participation of states in planning procedure. That's why one reason for establishing Niti Aayog was also to give equal partnership to the states in national development. Second, the government was in search of a knowledge hub where international, national, all knowledge from different sources can be collected and can be used for development orientation or development policy and program. And third, one more thing, it was required to give implementation impetus or to give acceleration to implementation. A collaborative platform was required to so that there are states, government, central government, there are departments, there ministry sit together, discuss the development issue and address solution. So the three reasons, you can say three visions we are working behind for replacing Planning Commission by Niti Aayog. First, you can say to giving role to state, number to create a knowledge hub and to create a collaborative platform. So these were reasons for, you can say, replacing Planning Commission by Niti Aayog. Now, what is the structure of Niti Aayog? Can you tell me? Yes, Niti Aayog is having almost same structure what Planning Commission was having, but having some significant difference also. Like Planning Commission, Niti Aayog also has its own chairman and Prime Minister is chairman, like Planning Commission. Get your point? But unlike Planning Commission, Niti Aayog has two more different things. First, Governing Council and second, Regional Council. In Governing Council, all Chief Ministers and Lieutenant Governor of Union Territories are included. Getting point? And Regional Council, they are established from time to time to address a particular issues. So have Prime Minister or the person nominated by Prime Minister preside over, and all concerned Chief Ministers and Lieutenant Governor are included here. Getting point? Then Niti Aayog has some special invitee members. They are experts and professionals from different stream of life by Prime Minister. Getting point? They are nominated by Prime Minister. Niti Aayog, there are full-time structure which is headed by Deputy, you can say, Vice Chairman. Vice Chairman is given the status of Cabinet Minister to Government of India. It has full-time members who enjoy the status of Minister of State. Niti Aayog has part-time member also, which has maximum 2 from university, research and development organizations. They come on rotation basis. Getting point? Niti Aayog has some ex officio member and at most 4 members from Council of Ministers at union level can be inducted here by Prime Minister. Then you can say it has one Chief Executive Officer. Getting point? He is senior most, he is you can say secretary level officer to Government of India. He is appointed by Prime Minister, and there is one secretariat. Getting a point? Of Niti Aayog to provide secretarial service support. So wheresoever chairman is concerned, vice chairman is concerned, full-time member is concerned, ex officio member is concerned, secretariat is concerned, Niti Aayog and Planning Commission are same. But wheresoever Governing Council is concerned, Regional Council is concerned, special invitee are concerned, then you can say part-time members are concerned, and you can say Chief Executive are concerned, it is different from the erstwhile Planning Commission. Get your point? So Niti Aayog is basically, you can say, a think tank organization, a deliberative platform to discuss development phenomena and pursue a collaborative approach to achieve development targets. It has certain specialized wing like research wing, consultancy wing, Team India wing are some important, you can say, organization associated with Niti Aayog. Niti Aayog enjoys the status of department under Government of India, and it has 3 wings I just pointed out: research wing, consultancy wing, and Team India wing. It has one subordinate office also, which is called National Institute for Labor Economy, Economics Research and Development. Earlier, it was known as Institute of Applied Manpower Research when there was Planning Commission. But now it is renamed as National Institute for Labor Economy, Economics Research and Development. It is subordinate office to Niti Aayog. Get your point? Now I will discuss what are goals, what are objectives set for planning in Niti Aayog. Can you tell me what are objectives? The first objective it can be to evolve a shared vision of national development, priorities, sectors and strategy by discussion with the states and other partners of development to evolve a shared vision of national development, priorities, sectors and strategy. Number one objective. Number two, to foster a cooperative federalism through structured support, initiative and mechanism. Number two, cooperative federalism. Number three, to develop mechanism to formulate credible plan at village level and aggregate these at higher level. So that is some sort of bottom-up approach. Means planning should start from the grassroots level. Number four, to ensure the interest of national security are incorporated in economic strategy and policy. Right. You cannot forego, you cannot overlook national interest, national security aspect. You have to incorporate in economic dimension. Next, to pay attention to the last tier of society so that the development the benefits of development should be given to the bottom marginalized section of society also. Next, to design strategic and long-term policy and program and monitor their progress. Getting point? Next, to provide advice and encourage partnership between stakeholders and national, international, like-minded think tank, educationalists, etc. Getting point? Next, to create a knowledge, innovation and entrepreneurial support system. Next, to offer a platform for resolution of intersectoral and interdepartmental issues in order to accelerate the implementation of development agenda. So these are some objectives set for Niti Aayog. The first objective I told, shared vision of national development. Number two, cooperative federalism. Number three, bottom-up approach for development. Number four, national security with economic development. Number fifth, the Antyodaya, the last section of society should be also taken care. Then strategic and long-term plan and their monitoring. Next, partnership between stakeholders and national, international, like-minded think tanks and educationists. Next, create a knowledge, innovation and entrepreneurial support system. Next, a platform for resolution of issue between center and state or in the interdepartment level to accelerate implementation of development agenda. So these are some things, these are some goals or objectives which Niti Aayog tried to achieve. Getting point? Niti Aayog took stock of the prevailing advantages the country had, and on that basis it tried to give shape to its vision. So what opportunity it has, what approach it has. It thinks that government should not play the role of, you can say, provider. Rather, it should play the role of enabler. What is the difference between provider and enabler? Provider means to give direct services. Enabler means you give services to someone and so that will give services to number one. Number two, it doesn't focus on food security. Rather, it believes in increase in agricultural production and due returns to farmer. Because unless until the lot of the farmer is not improved, the country is not going to develop. So the farmer should be given proper benefit. That's why it has set objective to double income of farmer. Getting point? So this is very important thing we have. Number three, India should become active player in debates and deliberation. Getting point? On the global forum. We have a support system, we have arrangement, we have resources. Then why not we should lead develop global scenario in development situation. Then ensure that vibrant middle class should be engaged and their potentiality should be fully utilized, since India has large number of middle class and that is very good. They provide very big market, so we should utilize their potentiality. Then it also gives that we should give leverage to India's pool of entrepreneurship, scientific and intellectual human capital. We should rely on that one and try to make list of to take this list of their support in development. Then use urbanization as an opportunity to create a wholesome and secure habitat. So what I mean to say that we have unlimited taps of, you can say, potentiality of urbanization. So it also said that we have to manage urbanization in such a way that it should become secure and wholesome habitat situation. And last, use technology to reduce opacity and potential for misadventure in governance. Last time you may have found several types of misappropriation, embezzlement, frauds, etc. took place. So it has given, so we have to use our technology to curb them, to control them. So what we had that time, what we have just now, Niti Aayog is taking a stock of it, and while taking their support, their involvement, it tried to achieve its goal and objective. So what we have, first it says that we should play the role of what? We should play the role of enabler, not the role of provider. Number two, we should give focus on agricultural production and betterment of farmer. Number three, we should become active. We should become active player of debate and discussion in development course. Number four, we should tap middle class their potentiality in full. Next, we should leverage on India's pool on entrepreneurship, scientific and intellectual human capital. Then we require to use our urbanization for secure and wholesome habitat, and we should use our technology we have to check misuse and misappropriation and several misadventures. Getting point? So Planning Commission, Niti Aayog, has basically taking stock of demographic dividend. It is basically addressing rural area as the core group and to particularly targeting for development. Getting point? They are taking support of 50 million businessmen, small businessmen, because the government thinks that they are major source of employment. So they can give employment also. Getting point? They also concerned with environmental conservation and ecological safeguard. So we have to ensure sustainable development. We have to ensure inclusive growth. We have to ensure proper decentralization. We have to foster participative democracy, and we have to manage cooperative federalism. While taking all the things, we have to pursue development course. So Niti Aayog has tried to assess the resources we had, and we try to tap it properly to give development course. So it has pointed out middle class, the small businessman, then you can say rural area, then urbanization, then use of technology, then human capital. Getting one, these all should be addressed to ensure their support for development. Niti Aayog has several roles. So here I try to point out six roles of Niti Aayog. First, it acts as a think tank. Number two, it acts as an enabler agency. Number three, it acts as a platform for discussion and deliberation. Number four, it is playing very important monitoring role so that GST, demonetization, implementation of Article 370 should take place effectively. It has very important coordinative role between departments, between center and states, even for development and non-development administration, and it is also role of originating department. If something goes wrong and that is not in position to be controlled, then it plays some you can say initiative role. Last time what happened when demonetization was implemented, then it was found that a large number of persons standing in queue for exchange. Government was a bit confused who are persons, from where they are coming. So Niti Aayog gave one suggestion to put mark on finger on the time of exchange. Getting point? So what happened? And when the government started it, half crowd was almost finished because the same persons were doing repeatedly. Basically, they were plying in the hands of businessmen. Businessmen were giving money to stand in queue and get money exchange. So this thing is that is some sort of energy originating role played that time planning the Niti Aayog. So what I mean to say, Niti Aayog has very important role, seven role I pointed out: think tank, enabler, platform, monitoring, coordinating, and originating. Get a point? Niti Aayog has, you can say, several, you can say, principles to achieve these goals and objectives. First, Antyodaya. Number two, inclusion. Number three, village. Number four, democratic dividend. Number fifth, people's participation. Number six, governance. And number seven, sustainability. These are principles Niti Aayog is supposed to keep in mind while going for development pursuit. First, Antyodaya. Second, inclusion. Third, village. Number four, demographic dividend. Fifth, people's participation. Next, governance. And last, sustainability. So, to achieve this goal and pursuing this principle, what we require to take an approach, then our approach should be pro-people agenda. Our approach should be proactive approach. Our approach should be participative. Our approach should be empowering women. Our approach should be inclusion of SC, ST, OBC, etc. in development course. Our approach should be fostering equality, and our approach should be giving transparency in governance so that there should be atmosphere of trust and belief, and there should state should play, the government should play minimum government, maximum governance. This should be the approach should be. So what I mean to say, Niti Aayog is quite different, having very broad and very elaborate vision. You cannot compare planning commission in one or two lines. It is, you can say, an answer to the question emerged in 21st century scenario. So it has large role to play. It has years to travel. So you cannot take objective conclusion. But one thing I can tell you, on past performance of Niti Aayog, the problem it has addressed, like problem of demonetization, the problem of GST, the problem of, you can say, Article 370, the problem of COVID-19, the problem of lockdown, and problem of, you can say, the package declaration of package for New India. This thing, it has very significant performance, and it wherever higher education is concerned, health is concerned, you can say stress management is concerned. If you load the website of Niti Aayog, you may find daily, almost daily, it gives directives, it gives guidelines, it gives, you can say, suggestions. Recently, it has started, it has started one seminar, you can say, Niti Aayog lectures, Transforming India. It invites globally reputed policy makers, experts, and administrators to India and to share their expertise and knowledge in policy making and good governance with the Indian counterpart. It has started two new schemes like Lucky Grahak Yojana and Beji Dhan Vyapar Yojana to promote digital governance, so digital transaction. So what I mean to say that it has throughout working, it is also working how to combat Naxalism, how to combat, you can say policy bottlenecks wheresoever come in development and welfare mechanism, how to ensure that the benefit of development should go to concerned individual without any hindrances. So that has number of role, number of vision, number of, you can say, value system to address. So it is, I can tell you, we are not in position to evaluate the performance of Niti Aayog in one or two lines. When it was establishing, as I told earlier, there was too much hue and cry. Critics were saying, just saying name, it has nothing, no vision, no work. But today I can say with full, you can say, conformity that yes, it has very important development, and government has taken a, you can say, significant step in this direction, and Niti Aayog is bound to play a very, you can say, comprehensive and significant role in future. Okay, thanks. You try to answer asked in 63rd BPSC, and if you have any difficulty, you can say wherever criticism of Niti Aayog is concerned, then you can say that it has one way or other way pursuing centralized tendency, because presently the one party government in center at a state level to very extent, so there is some sort of centralized tendency also. Then we had planning experience and planning advantages now, which is no more here. Then you can say views of Niti Aayog in policy interference. Sometimes also we find then there is some sort of, you can say, encroachment by Niti Aayog and policy matters. It can be also, so you can point out 4 or 5. First, development 5-year plan, which is no more in existence. Number 2, centralized tendency. Number 3, you can say that encroachment in policy matters. Then 4th, you can say that it is open, so it is suspected to threat and sovereignty of country also, because we invite person from externally, internally, so different sources. So this is also prone to this one. And 5th, that it is too early to arrive at any objective conclusion, because it is in pursuance of doing work, and in coming time only we can have certain objective conclusion. Okay, thanks. So you start writing, and if you have any difficulty, you can ask me. If you like our classes, subscribe our channel. Okay, all the best. Thanks. Enjoy.